A little bit of a different episode this week. I just wanted to give a huge thank you to anyone who liked, subscribed, commented, or even just watched any video that we made this year. I don't have a background in video editing or podcasting, anything like that. So these podcasts take a lot of work, but the interactions I've been able to have this year with the audience throughout the year has made it all worth it. Most people, even when they've disagreed, they've been super respectful. And that's the type of basketball discussion that I want this podcast to foster. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. But looking ahead to the future, I want this podcast to be as much yours as it is mine. So, I want to get everyone's feedback in terms of what the future of this is going to look like. The reality is, I have a pretty demanding job outside of this, and I'm also married. So, outside of this YouTube thing, my schedule is fairly busy, I would say the least. So I don't think that I'm going to be able to keep up with the weekly upload schedule and continue to increase the production quality like I have this year. So I really see two options moving forward. I could keep up with the weekly uploads, doing like news updates, trade reactions, injury updates, things like that. But with just like a still background, more of a podcast format, or the direction that I'm kind of wanting to take this in, and the one that I'm leaning towards is going with like more of scripted content, some topics that I don't see covered very often, maybe some NBA history stuff, basically just not like game reactions, injury updates, like typical news stuff that you would get from ESPN. I would have to do this less frequently and it would be a much less regimented upload schedule, but I would really focus on the production quality. If I do end up going this direction, I'm going to invest in some video editing software and really take some time to learn how to do all of that. And then, of course, if there is like some really crazy trade or something insane happens where I feel like it needs an update or a quick reaction, I can always upload something real quick. But the primary focus of the channel would shift away from like the more podcast type format and move towards more something like more scripted content. But let me know what you guys want. Do you enjoy the podcast format where it's really consistent, but there's less to look at visually, or do you enjoy less frequent but higher production quality uploads? Let me know in the comments section what you're thinking. Either way, I'm planning to take a couple weeks off now that the draft is over. I'm going to likely save like the free agency reactions for the preseason when I do maybe some team previews. I would just rather wait until the dust settles on free agency and trades so that I can actually see what every team is looking like. But yeah, just huge thank you again for all the support. I look forward to interacting with you all in the future, and just let me know what you want this to be.